And I think we are live. Hello everyone. I hope you are all doing great. It's great to have you today for our demo day. You should know maybe now what does it mean exactly. We're gonna have sessions, game session from our not only game but services platform from our BGA members who will be able to demo online their games and their platform to show you exactly how does it work, how you play the game and new functionalities also of the blockchain games. So pretty happy to have you. It should be interactive. Obviously, please do remember that at each end of the sessions, you will have the opportunity to answer a question from the speaker, a specific question based on the game, based on the services, the platform. And actually, if you answer it correctly, you will have a chance to win something, a reward, an NFT, a prize. So it's going to be fun. And because we are a lot of people here from the BGA, we're going to start very, very soon right now with Darrell. Darrell, if you're here, the stage
Hi
is
there.
yours.
Hi
Hi.
there, guys. Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm Daryl. I'm one of the co-founders and the CTO of the Creo Engine ecosystem. We also have our own in-house studio called Nomina Games, which basically, we have funded ourselves, and we decided to create, our first title called Evermore Nights. So, I'd like to share the screen with you guys since I only have 10 minutes. So let me just share the screen real quick. Give me a second. I do believe I have this one right here. Can you see my screen?
I think we can see it
Yeah,
and I'm going to share it. Yeah, you're good.
there you go. Look at that. So I'm on an emulator right now called BlueStacks. This is basically the intro. Now this is a very mysterious like, saying, "Oh, who are you?" and all that. So let's just go through it real quick. You know, Essentially, this is just the story part of the game. Like I think when you go with stories, you want to have a fun game ready to show people, right? So I think, we just want to really entertain people. And when they play these games, they got to be immersed. So, not only, should blockchain games be fun, but they should also be meaningful. And I think it's time that we change that today, where now instead of having games that just make money, we have games that could actually inspire people. So a good story goes a long way. But of course, this is just the beginning. So let me just walk through the comic real quick. This is just basically it's the emulator, so the image is kind of choppy. But let's just go through the story if it's loading. But while that's loading, this game is basically a play-turn Japanese, turn-based game. If you play games like Epic 7 or Ragnarok Online, this is something akin to that. Now, I do apologize. The loading does take some time because we haven't actually optimized the game to the fullest extent yet. So it is rather unfortunate. But, on the second thought, right, it is, oh, there it is. So, we want to basically pace ourselves when you make these stories, right? You got to make it at least somewhat entertaining and fun, right? And we want to give players, or should I say, we want to illustrate a world, so to speak, right? Where things are happening, things are moving, and the characters have lives. These NFTs have stories behind them. They're not just faceless or mindless pictures, they actually are living things, right? So, this is a basic visual novel, nothing too fancy, but it's just a story, right? It's a very, very Japanese role-playing game-esque kind of game, right? So we're just trying to go through the story real quick. Let's go through the gameplay. So this is Tristan, one of our first characters, right? And this is just a pretty straightforward looking game, as you can see here. It's quite simple. We just want to make sure everything is smooth as it gets. So really, we want to make this game fun, right? And fun goes a long way. The subtleties matter basically when you play video games, right? If everything is the little things, the details make the biggest difference, right? When it comes to video gaming, right? If you have games that don't know how to emulate their images, then, well, they're not games at all. So immersion, subtleties, and details make a great difference in gaming. Trust me, you guys will have a lot of fun with this one once it's fully polished. Right now, it's very clunky. As you can see, the animation is quite clunky, but, we've come a long way. And this project is so young. We've only started making this game at least about 9 months ago, right? So, we're very young, and we have a lot of people on our side. We have a big studio of at least 60 people plus, including our blockchain engineers. So we're very well equipped. So let's just go through the story real quick. As you can see, you kill the wolves, but then something terrible happens. You encounter the mist, a mysterious force that consumes all things, turning everyone into zombies. And poor Trista has to push you off a cliff. Oh my God, get away. Run. And you go into the water and you somehow recollect all your little memories. Now, the story is not really polished yet. It's pretty clunky, but trust me, it's going to be better later on. But by the way, you guys can hear me when I'm talking, right?
Perfectly well.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. I thought I'm talking to myself, but as you can see, our protagonist, or should I say you, the player, recollect your memories. You seem to recall your childhood, your training, and your acceptance to the Evermore Nights. So then you wake up and you meet this weird fairy called Mammon. Wakey, wakey, she says, and this character is basically your mouthpiece, so you can't really speak for yourself, but she speaks for you and through all the characters. And she's a really cute charm. She's annoying. I designed her to be annoying because I love annoying characters. They make people, angry, get them emotional. But yeah, it's a really very thoughtful game. And oh, what are you? So she's basically what we call an Aeon, right? It's basically one of those little creatures in the game that really tell you what the world's about, and they really help you out in your journey. So let me just skip this real quick. Let me just speed through this real quick. So it's just you meeting her, getting to know people, right? It's a visual novel. It's pretty lengthy, so I won't bore you with the details. But, oh dear, it seems to be lagging. But as you can see, this shouldn't be here because we haven't polished the story as quickly or as good as we'd like to. But don't worry. Let's go to the next stage. Now, I do apologize for the loading again. It's taking some time, but you get the gist of it, right? It's a pretty straightforward game. It's pretty anime-esque, and the visuals are kind of great. But trust me, things will get very, very nice later on, especially with elemental reactions, elemental combinations. It gets better. So let's just go through the story real quick. Since I only have about 5 minutes left, I do apologize. So let me just speed through this. Now, these are your free characters. These are knights. These are free. So we are a free-to-play play-to-earn game. And the best part is you can actually earn money even if it's free to play. And how do I say this? If when a lot of games, they force you to invest first. So you see an empty room, oh, buy an NFT, get this game going and all that. So we want people to try these games out. If they can't try a game out, then why should they invest? So it's like buying a new car. You got to test drive it to actually enjoy it. And we want to make sure that people that play our games actually want to invest because they want to, not because they're, I'm just going to try and invest, and hopefully make a return. But we have to change that. So, we really got to make sure people enjoy the products they're playing, because why not? Let me just go through this. I do apologize. I think I have 3 minutes left. I'm on a short period of time. I do apologize to the BGA group, but let me show you a couple more things before. Oh, David just called me. Wow, David, you just called me out of the blue. Let's see what's next. Okay. Oh, we got some more loading. See, the loading is a hard part because you actually optimize the game on Unity, and especially on mobile games. This is basically a mobile game, so optimizing it is rather tricky. I'm telling you.
Actually, that's what the question I wanted to address to you.
Sure.
Is it a mobile game or a desktop game?
So yeah, it's a mobile game.
Yeah,
it's a mobile game.
Awesome.
We focus on mobile games because there's a huge market in Asia that loves these games. I do not know why, but the demographic in the market is quite clear about it, right? So we want to make sure that these games are enjoyable, especially to Web 2 players. Oh my goodness, I have 2 minutes left.
No worries.
No rush.
How do you onboard players who obviously, as you said, they can play the game freely for free, but how do you onboard the players in this blockchain ecosystem?
So onboarding players, the first step is quite simple, right? We want to basically entice players to try the game out for free with free characters, right? That's one way to do it, free stuff. The other way to do it is that we're trying to market this game to conventional users. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of conventional users. There's a market in Google Play that people actually play these kind of quality games on the regular. So we want to market to those people eventually. And we want to get a slow convert from Web 2 players to Web 3 players as time goes on, which I do believe in Asia, there's going to be a huge, or should I say a huge adoption of Web 3 products. And we, as a game studio, we want to be a hyper-focused Web 3 studio. Now, just to mention, the studio that made this game is called Nomina Games. It's Nomina, hint, hint, wink, wink. So, we are here to really, really pretty much impress people, both in the Web3 and the Web2 space. So let me just finish this battle real quick. I do apologize. There's auto battle in this game. So you can just play this game and put it on your phone and just put it down and just let your characters fight for you. So yeah, let me just kill this little slime. Oh, he's dead. He drops coins. Let me just go through that. And let's look at the lobby. I think this is the lobby. Hold on. I have a minute. I do apologize. Could I take up like another 2 minutes just to show you the lobby?
Yeah.
I do apologize. I do apologize greatly for being.
No worries. We need to see an overview of the game, so you're good. No worries.
Sure. I do apologize. The loading optimizations is painful, but yes, I do believe there's a great transition when it comes to Web3 and Web2. Mm-hmm. And I do believe it's happening. If you look at studios in America like Come2Us and NeoWiz, for example, they do have like a lot of games that are very high quality that are on basically, mobile. So, it's rather interesting, to see all this happen. Oh, here you are. It turns out you arrived at the Evermore Kingdom with your sidekick, Mammon. Now let's just take a look at what we have here. Oh, that's a bug.
I saw
you caught that. Boom, busted. Okay. So, I was told to prepare this demo last minute. So, I do apologize if there's small issues, but, we'll get them next time. Okay. Let me show you the lobby real quick. As you can see, this is the lobby, and that's Candace, your guild receptionist. Now, essentially, this is a tutorial section, but it's pretty rough, but you can summon characters, as you can see here. They have their own NFT weapons, and the characters themselves are actually NFTs. So, and you use bells. So you actually buy these bells with Evergems, which you could buy with Creo. So we have a platform called Creo Play, which you actually buy these Evergems, and you buy other in-game currencies to play these other games. So, we're a pretty thorough project, Creo Engine. We're making actually 3 things. We're making 2 games and a platform to host those games. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're trying to do. Now, my game seems to have hanged, but I do apologize. Oh, there it is. Yep. See, they have their statuses, their skills. It's a pretty thorough game, I have to say. But the game gets more complicated as time goes by. It's pretty basic. So let me just look at the summoning gate. I do apologize. It's a pretty. Oh, look at that voluptuous catmate. That is our shopkeeper. You can actually buy these things for Evergems, as you can see right here. So let's go back and skip that real quick. I do apologize. Oh, turns out we'll go on an adventure, but it's okay. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. I stopped there, so let's go to the summon. Sure.
On which blockchain will you launch that?
We'll launch that. So we're going to launch on Binance, right? Mm-hmm. And that's our goal, really, just to go on Binance and get things going, right? But our second game, we're going to launch. Yeah, we're going to launch on Polygon for our second game, which I think I could show you at a later time. But we plan to interoperate these games together. So these games could have assets that could be used in, each other's, right? So let's say in Slime Haven, our pet game, you could use the pets from that game on this game for various uses. So we want NFTs to be universal, not just in one game, but in a variety of games. But let's just go through this real quick. As you can see, we have 3 banners. We have the weapons, the accessories, and we have characters. Let's give it a spin. Bada bing, bada boom, presto. Let's hope I get lucky. What do you think I'll get, huh? And oh, wait a second. It's a 4-star. Let's see what I get. Come on, better be good. Don't want to waste all that money. This is very raw. So the animation here is still pretty raw. We're making a better one next time on our next update. So, it's pretty raw. And I got a 4-star weapon and a character. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Cool.
So now I can actually equip this character with a weapon that I just got. Let me just do this real quick. Then I shall end the presentation because I think I'm taking up more time than I should. I do apologize so badly for this. As you can see here, its rarities are 4-star. We want rarities in our weapons to make them more valuable, especially on our marketplace. So, we want people to enjoy what they get. So as you can see here, Oh, it does take time. Loading takes plenty of time. And bada bing, bada boom. We got ourselves a weapon. And if you equip her in your party, which I think you can, well, let me just do this real quick. You can actually swap out your heroes. Let's see if this works. And there she is in the lobby. And the weapons get displayed in the weapon rack right here. So, you can actually showcase your NFTs to other people when they visit your lobby, should that come to pass.
Awesome.
But yes, this is basically Evermore Nights from Creo Engine, made by MetaGameHub. So thank you. I'm so sorry for taking too much time. I do apologize. My bad. But
It's okay.
thank
It's
you for
okay,
having me.
Daryl.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah,
no,
sure.
Thank you very much. And actually, we really appreciate the time you had today to present the game. And actually, I think you have a question to address to the audience, and based on that,
Sure.
one will be able to win a prize. Do you remember the question?
I remember the question. So, guys, I just mentioned this a million times, but
Yes.
what's the name of the studio that made Evermore Nights?
So
It's a basic question. Come on, you got this.
So basic. You're very
so
generous.
basic. Yeah, you
And
got this. You got this.
I'm gonna put the question again right here for everyone to remember the question. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait sometimes before we have some winners. I guess we're gonna wait with the next presenter with their projects, so everyone can jump on that opportunity to win the prize. And yeah, thank you. I know that it's not very easy to introduce a game for 10 minutes or so. So
oh yeah,
congrats, Daryl. Congrats.
It's still very clunky, but thank you for having me. Should I just do I just end the screen, or do I just
yeah, you're good for the screen.
There we go.
Yeah,
all good,
no
all
problem.
good.
And we're gonna move to what I could do is we're gonna move to the next one. Actually, yeah, because you will leave in a few minutes, right, Darrell? Just to be.
Oh yeah, sure. No, I'll stay by. Don't worry.
Okay. Just that you can pick a winner after the next presentation. Perfect. You're right. And actually, I will ask Lucas if you could be keen to introduce yourself and obviously the project.
Yes, thank you for the introduction, and thank you, Daryl, for this amazing presentation. I had very much fun watching it.
Thank you.
It's a cool game you have there. And yes, I'm Lucas. Hey, everyone. I'm coming from MetaGameHub DAO, where I'm the co-founder. And what we are essentially doing, let me just quickly share my screen. We are becoming a hub for open metaverse experiences. What that means is basically that we are, well, when you're waking up in the morning and you are a metaverse enthusiast, we basically provide you all the tools you need to navigate through the metaverse. So we are doing this by providing you land valuations. I mean, better said, like we estimate the fair land prices of like currently sandbox lands, decentraland lands, and lands of Axie Infinity. So of the three, I would say most established metaverses. They are of course coming more in the future. This is essentially what I'm presenting today. And what we are also doing is basically we are providing tools in Decentraland right now at the DCL edit, basically, which is a visual scene editor to make your building life in Decentraland more convenient, because such a visual scene editor was not there before we came with the idea of DCL edit, which also, by the way, got funded by the highest funding level from Decentraland just recently, 3 weeks ago. So we are very happy to work on that. So, but to the presentation. This is basically what we are having live right now, the land valuation tool, the simple version. And what I'm showing afterwards is the heat map, which is still under development, but I can show you, and I'm happy to show you the MVP of it just today. So you're getting really fresh insights, which are not public yet, but in a couple of weeks they will. So what you see here, this is the basic interface for the land valuation interface. You can just here select the metaverse you want to basically analyze lands from. And I opened here OpenSea, so we can just pick one land now we want to analyze. Let's take, for example, this one. You can either take like the coordinates or the NFT ID, which is up here, for example, in your browser. For Decentraland, it's an Everlong string, and you just pass it here. And when the land is have been traded or like minted on Decentraland, then you get like the results for it. And the price estimation for this land now is, for example, in ETH 1.6 ETH or 2,400 something USDC, and the same in Mana, for example. And it's offered for a current price of 2.25 ETH. So you can say, okay, this is maybe a bit overvalued. And how do we get to this estimation? Well, we get to this estimation by getting all of the historic land sales from Decentraland, like what happens on OpenSea or on the Decentraland marketplace. We get all this data together, get the median price. But this is not everything. We take here the 11 neighbors of Decentraland and weight their historic sale prices higher. And at the end of the day, we put this into a neural network and basically get then here this estimated fair price of the land. So this would imply here now that the neighboring lands are traded for a lower price than these 2.25 ETH, which says, okay, this land is maybe a bit overpriced considering what we have the neighbor selling for recently. And the KPIs of this are very good for Decentraland. I think it's 10%, for Sandbox is 5%. For Axie Infinity, we don't have enough data yet to come up with KPIs, but what that in a sense means, for example, this 10% is that in an area of 10% around this estimated price we have here, this land actually gets or got sold in the past. So yeah, so here this land could be sold like for 1.6 ETH plus minus 10%. That's the expected value, so to say. And the same goes for Axie Infinity and Sandbox, so when you want to analyze these lands. What we also have here in the free version, so to say, or in the live version right now is the portfolio feature. This, in a sense, shows you all your lands you have right now. I'm logged in here with our MGH treasury, and I have it open here actually already, just to save some time. It tells you here your total value, the amount of lands you have in there, and the total value in USDC. So you can browse through here. You see your Sandbox lands. Yes, we got some here. Decentraland lands and every other we support. Axie Infinity we don't have yet. But yeah, with this portfolio feature, you have like a quick overview about what your lands are estimated to be worth right now. The same goes for the watchlist feature. If you see an interesting land, for example, and you don't want to use this tool like all the time, then you just go here, add it to your watch list, and then you can see the estimated price all the time. It's the same when you want to access this. Also here for Decentraland and Axie Infinity goes everything very well. I also invite you happily to try it out. It's just app.metagamehub.io, and you go to the land valuation feature, and you can spot your favorite lands and see what they are estimated to be worth. And as you could guess now, okay, this feature is not the best now to actually scout lands. If you have a land on OpenSea, then you can see here what is the estimated fair price. But in order to also make the scouting possible, if you're just entering the metaverse and you are seeking to get a land, we came up with the heat map. And this is this nice tool here. If it's loading, black screen right now. Yes, it's coming here. This is basically the heat map. You can also here make the screen bigger. Yes, I hope you can still see it. So what we have here now is, for example, different filters. We have the basic filter, predicted price, listed lands, price difference, and transfers. So the basic filter for Decentraland, you can also switch it to Sandbox and Axie Infinity. We see here now the Decentraland map, and with some different colors here. So here the pink one is basically which are currently on sale on the Decentraland marketplace or on OpenSea. We have here the roads, of course, plazas and districts, so that you get an overview about what all these different colors mean here, for example. This is just as taken from the Decentraland map. You also see here all your lands when you have them in your watch list. In my case, I don't have any now in the watch list here. And you see all the lands in your portfolio if you have them in blue. So, but the basic overview is maybe not that interesting for now. We can see here the predicted prices, and then actually that's where the word heat map, I think, comes from. We see now an overview where are the predicted prices of these different lands are very high. For example, you already see here's a little hub basically where land prices are rather high. I mean, probably it's because of there's either like a big brand somewhere here or because of this big plaza, because everyone wants to be near this big plaza. And you see also here, for example, when you are far away from a plaza, that there's like the predicted price not as high. I mean, yeah, it's like for example, when you live in a big city, really near to the downtown, then you can also charge higher prices, right? But when you are more on the countryside, and of course prices also will be lower. So we clearly see here like relations also to the real world, how like estate prices come together. Then we have the listed lands, and I like this filter a lot because it shows you all the different listed lands with their predicted price right now. So we have here listed lands, for example, on OpenSea in green, which have a low predicted price. Oh no, it's not a predicted price here. It's the buy now price, basically, the buy now price. So you see here, okay, lands with a low buy now price, and lands, for example, here again on the plaza with a high buy now price. And if we go for transfers, no, transfer is not working yet, only with a couple of lands because we are missing there some data. So this is a feature coming later. As said, it's just an MVP. But price difference, for example, is what I personally use the most and what is the best feature. This, in essence, shows you basically the difference between the predicted price and the currently listed price. So with this overview, we have a clear vision of like, where can I buy a land now for rather an undervalued price. And you find the undervalued ones by just simply, for example, clicking here on green or blue, which are basically, for example, 20% of the lowest lands here with the lowest difference, so to say, or the most undervalued lands are shown in here in blue. Of course, there are not many left here, but for example, let's go to this one here and click on it. Then you see here, as in the valuation interface I showed you previously, an overview with the ETH price estimation in USDC and mana. And then you, for example, see here, it's listed right now for 5.07 ETH, which equals an undervaluation of roughly 25%. Then you could go and navigate to Decentraland if this is your marketplace of choice, and buy it there. Yes, sorry, my internet is maybe a bit slow here. Then you can, yes, buy this land here, for example, if it is. So where was I? I was here. But yeah, exactly. So this heat map basically gives you a nice overview about like the lands which are listed now. You can really good scout all the lands, and it gives you a good entrance point, I think, because it takes into consideration what the neighbors have been sold for. So you get a better like understanding of what the value, the actual value of the land could be. And yes, with that, I'm at the end of our presentation. And I looking forward to share the link with you in the BGA group. And as soon as it's live, we expect to have it live at mid of August, with also more amazing features. For example, here an analytics dashboard, which is currently highly under development, where you see like different floor prices of all the lands. We did it not with simple floor prices as you see it, for example, here, but with relative floor prices. So we, for example, index all the floor prices, and then you can say, okay, you can lay it over them, so to say, and say, okay, the floor price of Decentraland now moved 5%, and the floor price of Sandbox only moved 1%. So you can say, okay, Decentraland obviously overperformed in this week or month or year, the Sandbox or other metaverses. So we are happy to experience any or develop anything with data, and that you get a nice understanding of the price of the different metaverses. But yeah, everything under development. And now I think I'm at the end of our presentation, and I hope you like it.
Yeah, it was fun actually. Thank you very much, Lucas. I love this idea of having the opportunity to have the iteration of the game, the development phases of the games, and it's pretty interesting to know exactly what kind of functionalities you have along your journey of developing the platform. So, and the heat map is so interesting to look at it. So thanks a lot for the presentation, and obviously once you will have the opportunity to introduce the analytics, it would be
Yes.
very happy to have you again.
Then I will be here again. Yes.
Awesome.
I think.
Do you remember the question you would like to ask?
Yes. I wrote it down because I actually forgot this morning and I searched it again. But the question is, yes, what is the size in square meters of a sandbox parcel? So we had a lot of Decentraland now, but now a bit of a sandbox. So what is the size in square meters of one sandbox land?
Yeah, I just displayed it on the chat so you can see it as well. And I think, I don't know, Dawal, if you're here, but as I'm looking at the different answers from your question, I will know how to pick the winner, but you tell me what
Oh,
what
yes, here
people
I
do.
think
Yeah.
KM
Sure, yeah.
posted the right answer.
Oh,
Yeah, I
no,
think.
no. I was talking to Dawal. Lucas will go
Oh,
after
yeah,
the.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. So I think the one that won my answer is Hash Rhymes from YouTube. So you got it right. That's pretty good.
Agree. Yeah.
Congratulations, Hash Rhymes. Congratulations,
Congrats.
my friend. Yeah.
So what I'm gonna ask you, Ash Rhymes, and the others after the other winners is to fill out a form that I'm gonna be able to share it in the chat right now, and we will be able to put you in contact with the wonderful team of Creo Engine with Dawal for your prize. So thanks again. And I didn't check the. Yeah, we got pretty a lot of entry actually already. So maybe Lucas, if you want to pick one.
Yes. The first one I saw was KM with 69 times 69, which is the correct answer. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, congrats, Kian.
Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, pretty cool. So same, you already have in the comment section, you have a link and you need to submit and you need to fill out just to claim your prize. So thanks a lot. Thanks, Lucas, for the presentation. And now I would like to ask Stefan. Stefan, if you're ready to present that, your turn.
Yes, sure. Thank you. Thank you, Lucas. That was really, really interesting. I'm going to share my screen. I think it would be easier. This works.
Okay.
Can you all see the screen?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so we are the Tiny Digital Factory. So we are a video game company. We've been doing mostly mobile games, and we currently have 3 projects. So the one I'm going to demo today is Infinite Drive, but we also have a regular, I would say, free-to-play game called GT Manager, and we're also working with Animoca brands on a pure Web3 racing game called Rev Racing.
And congrats for that, by the way.
Yeah, which happens to play in a web browser. Infinite Drive, in few words, is sort of a mix between what we've been working on with Animoca and what we've been using in the past around Web 2. So it's pretty much like a combination between Web 2 and Web 3. Before we go to the video, well, to the demo, I'm going to just show you the concept through that small video. Basically, it's all about cars, collecting cars, officially licensed vehicles. So we are partnering with a lot of car manufacturers. And those are some of the examples of the car manufacturers we've been integrating already into the game. And one of the, I'm going to pause there because that was interesting. One of the very specifics of the game itself is that we have a fully integrated marketplace. And instead of minting randomly car configurations with various colors and so on, you actually get to configure your car the same way you would do it at a car dealership. So when you are going to purchase a Renault, an Alpine, a Porsche car, you're going to actually select the color you like and all the different options. That's one of the main differences. And this is your garage. This is your collection. And as you will see in the demo, we are, in terms of graphics, but we are kind of close to the initial vision. So one of the aspects is the open roads where you can drive your car collection. And you also have the racing track with the earning aspect. So you can earn from the races, mostly NFTs and in-game tokens. So we like those two aspects, like the race for fun, the drive for fun and the race for fun as well. Going back quickly through the concept. Oops. And the video. So basically on the game concept, you have the garage, which is the centerpiece, the marketplace that is fully integrated to the game. You can also, of course, trade your NFTs outside of the game. We are using the Solana blockchain, but further down the line, we want to be blockchain agnostic, and we're going to also allow different chains, different vehicles coming from different chains to join the game. And this is the interesting tech we have with Rev Racing and Animoca Brands, is that we can already start working with them to actually make that dream interoperability real, at least between Rev Racing and Infinite Drive within the forthcoming months. So this is the marketplace. So as I said, what is very specific to our concept is the fact that all the NFTs, all the cars are branded cars, either from regular car manufacturers, but also from car designers who actually design cars, and the possibility to configure every NFTs. You have two sides to the game. We're going to see in a minute, the open roads and the real circuits. And you have competition organized also around those different environments. But what you can do also as a player is just hang around with your friends, drive your cars. There's no obligation for the play to earn. It's more for us like play to own. Like what we really want and what we like about blockchain is the fact that the users and the players actually get to really own what they have in the game, or all the vehicles. And this is a nutshell the concept, because the garage collection is just a start for us. The marketplace, we have also the social elements that will come to the game later in 2023. But what we want basically is clubs to act as DAOs. Like we're going to provide sets of tools to DAOs to create their clubs, and we're going to sell lands, which basically will be clubhouses where you can host and have multiple sizes of memberships. And along that, we're also partnering with numerous car manufacturers and championship organizers to use our NFT platform to actually bring real championship, virtual versions of the real championships experiences to the game itself. So let me jump through the game itself. So we've tried to do the demo live, and it was quite complicated. So we've recorded earlier today pieces of the demo, so I can walk through what the game is, the current status of the game. So we are in what we call the closed alpha. The closed alpha would happen sometimes in August. This is the player garage. So those are the first cars we are going to mint in a couple of weeks on Magic Eden. And as you can see, this is the landing page for the game, and you can organize your garages with the various cars. So this shows you the level of quality. This is a mobile game, by the way, for what to tell, but yeah, we are very mobile. So, and you can organize your garage the way you want. So you can shift and move cars from one garage to the other one, and then you have multiple garages. Let me pause onto the marketplace just to show you how the marketplace works. So we use real imagery and also 3D renderings of the cars for the marketplace. You have like the new cars offers. We are going to offer around this year around one new car per week, plus special editions of cars. And then you have also the second-hand market where players can actually trade their vehicles inside the game itself. So when you mint a car, so here you can see what I was talking about, the configuration. So before you actually mint the car, you can configure your car and you can make it yours. This is the part where you can get to drive your car and to race your car. So we'll have different sorts of challenges. Right now, it's all work in progress challenges. You also have official tracks. So we are signing a few official tracks from different regions in the world. So Asia, Europe, and Americas. And as the game grows, we are going to sign more tracks and we are going to open more also open roads from various locations. So this is very, similar to any racing game that you could find either on mobile or even on console. You choose the car you want to drive with. And this is the open road section of the car. You have multiple options for the car control. So you can use the tilt function. You can use the tap also, but you can also plug controllers like Bluetooth controllers, for instance, if you want a more sophisticated racing driving experience. And there's a lot of assistances also in the game to make sure that everybody can play and can enjoy the game. So if you're not too much into the driving skills themselves and you are more here for the car collection, then you have a lot of assistances. So the car can accelerate automatically, brake automatically. So there's plenty of ways to play. So everybody should be able to play easily. So this is a very early stage of an open road system. So open roads are more like generated terrains where you have like a network of roads. And as players, you can go from one place to another one, like from A to B. There is no, rigid track side or number of laps, whatever. You can drive freely on those roads. The second aspect is the track aspect. So tracks could be just like friendly competition among players. You can play with multiple players, multiple friends, set up your own goals, and just compete. Or you can participate to the events that we organize for the players, and where players get to earn tokens and NFTs. So we have daily competitions and we have weekly championships that rewards players. So this gives you a quick overview of the game quality of the graphics. It's still in progress. It's still alpha stage, but we're getting close to very high, what we call AAA racing game quality. And that ends the sneak peek for the game. So I don't know if we have time maybe for questions or.
Yeah, sure. If we have any, let me remove your screen. Yeah. First, thank you very much, Stefan, for that, and for the opportunity to have a view of the alpha. Actually, I really loved it, and I'm sure, looking at the chat, that I'm not the only one. Actually, so thanks again for that, and pretty exciting about the game. And if we do have questions, depending on the time we have left, because we need to. Have everyone the opportunity to present. But of course, if you remember your question, because I think we have a wide list slot to offer. So could you ask your question?
So the question would be very simple. I mentioned a few car manufacturers, and I would like you to name one French car manufacturer that we are partnering with. If someone can name one of the French car manufacturers.
Yeah, I think it was pretty obvious to see that on the video that we saw, and actually we see a lot of questions. Maybe the best is to wait a little, if you agree, Stefan, just having the other presentation, and you will have the strong responsibility to pick the winner. If you agree, of course. I can do.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you, Stefan, again.
Thank you.
And for the next presentation and the last presentation, before we go to the last question, is Chris from Brawlers. Chris, if you're ready, your turn. You have the mic.
Hey, thank you. I am pleased to be here. As mentioned, my name is Chris. I am the marketing director for Brawlers. Let me just share my screens here so we're not looking at me the entire time. That's not going to be very fun. Okay, you should see that now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we do. All right. So we're in browser here. So Brawlers is actually a play-to-earn RPG game on its own chain on the Scale network. So it actually natively kind of lives on its own chain, which is called the Brawl chain. We kind of chose the really, I'm just looking at the About page here. I'm going to show you what the actual gameplay looks like in a moment here. But we went with scale because of that. Really, the gas cost. Essentially, Block Brawlers is a totally gasless game because of that. But really, the game was launched or soft launched in May, so it's already got a player base kind of going, and it's very much a living game. We'll put it that way. So lots of frequent updates are made. Sometimes those updates are kind of pushed out to people, and it's like, hey, surprise updates. So we like to kind of keep that up our sleeve to make the game more interesting. But let's get to the game here. This is really the main site, the first thing you're going to be greeted with when you land on the page. All Block Brawlers, the actual characters, are their own NFTs. And they fight in teams of 3 in the arena. So for the game, as I mentioned, it's a play-to-earn RPG, but it's also got a little bit of an element of an idle game kind of mixed into it, because you send your brawlers into the arena as teams of 3. Once they fight in the arena, there is a mandatory 8-hour cooldown period that they actually go through before they can be used again. This is kind of crucial to the tokenomics or the economics of the game, and making sure really the token flows work as they're supposed to. But let's show off a battle here. There's quite a few or quite large character variants in Block Brawlers. So all of these characters that you see, as I mentioned, they are NFTs on the Scale network. They are generated randomly using the Block Brawlers contract. So you never really know what you're going to get. That is part of the excitement, in my opinion, because really one of the largest goals of the game is to create the most powerful team with the most boosts and kind of dominate the arena from there. But there are a few different ways to get brawlers. I'll toggle back over here. I don't want to talk about sales. I'm here to show off a game. But on the primary website, there are several different packs available for sale in different options that start you with different levels of brawlers. And then of course, as you can see on the actual game site here, you can mint brawlers directly from the contract using brawl tokens, and you can actually choose a level and the quantity you would like to mint. It gets quite costly. I wouldn't advise that unless you have a lot of brawl, which I don't think really anyone does, since the game has just launched. But there are, with the characters, really there are 5 clans: Fire, Earth, Air, Water, and Doom. Hint, hint, you might want to remember those. And 9 classes. Instead of trying to remember all 9 classes, I'm going to do the drop down here and just let you kind of take a look at them. But each class actually has its own bonus. Again, that depends on the RNG, the generation. By sending your brawlers into the arena or even into the play to earn function, which we'll talk about in a moment, they earn experience every time they fight. So once this experience bar is kind of filled up, which you can see here, you can actually level them for free. If you don't want to wait, if you don't want to go through the work of going through that 8-hour cooldown period and kind of grinding in the arena, you can pay Brawl to just jump and level up. So we'll do that just to kind of demonstrate the leveling up process here. As you can see, when we click on our hero, Sarek Trace here, we can see all his attributes. Gives you a little bit more detail on what those special abilities actually do, and also the trigger chance of those abilities in battle. It's kind of a dice roll, obviously, when you are fighting. For instance, this particular ability has at its current level, it has a 12.5% chance to trigger in combat. But when you level brawlers, they will actually receive anywhere from 1 to 6 points on each one of their kind of core attributes here, which are strength, magic, and dexterity. Magic beats strength, strength beats dexterity, and dexterity beats magic. And that is absolutely crucial to battling in the arena, which we'll show momentarily. But when we level up here, by default, obviously, it is always going to show you what the next level is naturally. It's not going to jump you up because that does cost more brawl. This is kind of prorated in a sense. Depending on how far along you are in the level, that dictates the remaining cost to actually level up your brawler. But you get to choose which ability you want to add an additional level to. Your block brawlers will learn an entirely new ability, which is randomly generated at levels 2, 5, 10, and 15. And they also get some additional levels to existing abilities at those kind of landmark levels that you reach. But we got to pick something here for Sarek Trays to level him up. So let's go with Earth Hunter. You also, when leveling your brawlers, get to pick an additional few extra points into certain attributes that you want to place them in. I will tell you why that's important in a moment, but let's just select strength and health here, and then we're going to train him, and then we're going to not be logged in to MetaMask. Never mind, we are logged into MetaMask. Maybe it's just the browser. There we go. I didn't want to take that. So let's confirm that. Again, this is on scale chain. Transactions only take a few seconds. Really, a lot of the weight is just the interface kind of kicking that back. So this level up is complete. We can see the strength, magic, dexterity, and health benefits that Sarek Trey's got. And then we can see that we leveled up Earth Hunter 4 here. So we'll close that window. Let's go to the arena so I can kind of describe what all those attributes really mean. So when you are battling in the arena, or if you're battling in general with your brawlers, as I mentioned, they fight in teams of 3. You must have 3 brawlers to fight. Every pack comes with 3 brawlers. When you buy the supplemental brawlers, you're only getting 1 at a time. That may serve you depending on the teams you want to create. But when you enter the arena here, you are kind of fighting straight up with what you see. I'm going to throw this team in here, and then I will describe those bonuses. But I mentioned strength, magic, dexterity, those different bonuses they have against each other. When you are fighting in the arena, you are fighting vertically. So we see the incumbents in the arena here. We know if we put a brawler in this first position, they will be fighting one of these 4 that we see. We don't know which one because that's sort of a dice roll as we enter the arena. But really a lot of the strategy, I think I'm taking up all my time just explaining it. A lot of the strategy is using those to your best advantage, the dexterity, strength, trying to figure out those matchups. Of course, there is some random variance in there. So if you are a numbers person, you might really like this. There's a lot of kind of probability and statistics involved. But I just want to mention the 2 types here. There is a play to earn option. Block Brawlers is not completely free. There is no way for somebody to just pick it up. But we do have a ton of incentives coming up. Actually, an airdrop is occurring today for a partner of ours where we will be giving out a lot of starter packs to really anyone that kind of wants to get started and try the game out. So you'll have that chance. But entering the arena is really where you can earn Brawl tokens. That's kind of a growing pot as you go in. And, as incumbents defend the arena, that Brawl builds up. And then when they're finally knocked out, it's taken. You also do have that play to earn option. This will give your brawlers experience and gold, which will be used with a later iteration of the game in Block Brawlers Dungeons, but they will not earn leaderboard wins. I do want to mention the boosts here real quick. There are many different type of boosts that you can get. Matching brawlers with the same type of clan is a big one. These 3 are fire. They get a 10% boost for that. You can kind of see this breakdown here before you enter the arena. And then one of these monks does have Monk Aura, which is adding another 8%. But I'm gonna hop in the arena here because I think I'm burning all my time just describing the game. That is no fun. Right now, this process does require 2 transactions. There's kind of this first entry transaction here. And then within a few seconds, we will get that fight button to show. We're just waiting patiently. But once that first transaction has passed, that fight button will turn orange. As we see, that was awfully quick. Scroll down and confirm that. Block Brawlers can be played on desktop or mobile. It will actually be made into a mobile app on the Apple Store and Google Play. That is on the roadmap for next year. However, it does function perfectly fine right now on mobile using the MetaMask web browser. So I'm going to let this fight run. In Block Brawlers, you don't actually manipulate your brawlers during the fight. All their attributes are taken into account. The battle is actually generated, and all the battle results are stored on chain in the block. which is actually displayed in the log down here. Let's scroll down and show that. I don't want to ruin it, but you can ruin it for yourself and kind of check the log result. We can see right here that we did how much damage the brawlers did and what happened. But let's get a fight in here before I totally use up the time. I will mention that, if you noticed, first thing that happens, all the boosts are calculated. Obviously, initiative's calculated then, but there is a level balance function in Block Brawlers. So if you were just starting the game out and you have level 1 brawlers, you still have a chance to win and get in the arena. You're still going to have a natural advantage having a higher level brawler with more abilities. But that level balance function really makes it fun for everyone and really truly levels the playing field. It's not necessarily an outsized advantage to just spend more than anyone else on the game. But we'll let them finish their bout here.
And I'm seeing the 3 same heroes that you have in the left and right part, but actually you can have different ones specifically to the NFTs that you have at hand, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So just to show it quickly, I mean, these are all, for instance, all these brawlers are in this wallet. Every single one of them is their own NFT on the scale chain, and you can organize them, send them into the arena however you would like. As I mentioned, a big part of it is just getting the right strategy, creating those proper teams. But I've used too much time. There is at the surface level, it looks like a very simple game, but as you can see, it can really get kind of complex. So
yeah, but actually it was good to give some context as well before playing the game, and this actually why we do these demo days, because I know it's difficult for 10 or 15 minutes as well. Are you using Scale as well on your side? Yeah, one of the members as well. So I know it's difficult. So any way we could have you again on the next demo day on the others would be a pleasure. But thanks for the for the short screenshot of the game. Really appreciate it, Chris. Based on the time we have, could you ask the question to the audience?
Absolutely. So if you were paying attention, my question is, well, name the 5 types of Block Brawlers clans that were mentioned. Not the classes, but the clans.
Yes, I'm gonna pop up this question on the screen as well. Give you some minutes for everyone to have a chance to answer. And actually, let me just.
I'm gonna break things by doing that.
You're good. You're good. And actually, just coming back to Stefan and Infinite, actually the game, we got some answers, and I don't know, Stefan, if you had the chance to pick a winner.
Yeah, so I saw many good responses. So I think it would be fair to pick the first one.
Okay.
So I guess that would be Skill Gaming.
Okay. Perfect. Skill Gaming, Renault. Perfect. Yes. Congrats.
Renault and Alpine are the 2 French brands we are partnering with right now.
True. I think some of them first saw the Alpine before the Renault, which we could imagine. So thanks again, Stefan, for that. And as I said, for Skill Gaming, just fill out the form, and we'll be able to grant you the whitelist spot with the team from the Tiny Digital Factory. And as I'm scrolling, I got an answer, and I think it is a good answer, if I'm not mistaken. Chris from Todd, right?
Absolutely. I was going to say, it looks like Todd beat everyone to it.
Awesome.
He's the winner.
Great. Congrats, Tom. Thank you very much. Actually, let me shut down everything just to make sure that I can see you. Too many pop-ups are always hard to manage when I'm alone. Unfortunately, Luis couldn't make it today, but we managed to do it. Actually, it was very interesting to have a view of the blockchain games and the platform for MetaGameHub. It was fun to see that on live, not only on paper. Always fun to see what's happening on the blockchain game ecosystem. So thanks again, guys, for presenting your projects. Will be very fun to have you again on our next demo day. I just would like to remember every BGA members and you as well that we will be at Gamescom at the end of August. So any opportunity for you to have their game played during that event, we have an application process for that. So just make sure to ping me, obviously, on Telegram if you want to know more. But it's going to be fun. We're going to let everyone at Gamescom play blockchain games and present what they are doing. So yeah, thanks again, guys. It was lovely to have you today, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Amazing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.